Blood clots form naturally as a way to stop bleeding when someone is injured. But blood clots in patients with medical issues such as mechanical heart valves or other heart conditions can lead to a stroke or heart attack. That is why millions of Americans take blood thinning medications such as warfarin that make it harder for their blood to clot. Warfarin isn't perfect, however, and requires patients to be tested frequently to make sure their blood is in the correct range. Blood that clots too easily could still lead to a stroke or a heart attack, while the blood that doesn't clot can lead to extended bleeding after an injury. To be tested, patients either have to go to a clinic laboratory or use a costly at-home testing system. Researchers at the University of Washington have developed a new blood clotting test that uses only a single drop of blood and a smartphone vibration motor and camera. The system includes a plastic attachment that holds a tiny cup beneath the phone's camera. A person adds a drop of blood to the cup, which contains a small copper particle and a chemical that starts the blood clotting process. Then the phone's vibration motor shakes the cup while the camera monitors the movement of the particle, which slows down and then stops moving as the clot forms. The researchers showed that this method falls within the accuracy range of the standard instruments of the field. The team published these findings in the journal Nature Communications. Back in the day, doctors used to manually rock tubes of blood back and forth to monitor how long it took a clot to form. This, however, requires a lot of blood, making it infeasible to use in home settings. The creative leap the researchers make here is that they are showing that by using the vibration motor on a smartphone, their algorithms can do the same thing except with a single drop of blood, and they get accuracy similar to the best commercially available techniques. Doctors can rank blood clotting ability using two numbers. One is the time it takes for the clot to form, what is known as PT. Second is a ratio calculated from the PT that allows doctors to more easily compare results between different tests or laboratories, called the International Normalized Ratio or INR. Patients who can monitor their PT-INR levels from home would only need to go to see a clinician if the test suggested they were outside of that desirable range. The researchers wanted an inexpensive device that could work similarly to how at-home blood sugar monitors work for people with diabetes. A person can prick their finger and test a drop of blood. The team added a small copper particle because its motion was so much more reliable to track. To calculate PT and INR, the phone collects two timestamps. First, when the user inserts the blood, and second, when the particle stops moving. The researchers tested this method on 3 different types of blood samples. As a proof of concept, the team started with plasma, a component of blood that is transparent and therefore easier to test. The researchers tested plasma from 140 anonymized patients at the University of Washington Medical Center. The team also examined plasma from 79 patients with known blood clotting issues. For both these conditions, the test had results that were similar to commercially available tests. To mimic what a patient at home would experience, the team then tested whole blood from 80 anonymized patients. This test also yielded results that were in the accuracy range of commercial tests. The device is still in a proof of concept stage. The researchers have publicly released the code and are exploring commercialization opportunities as well as further testing. For example, currently all these tests have been done in the lab. The next step is to work with patients to test this system at home. The researchers also want to see how the system fares in more resource-limited areas and countries.